Hello and welcome to my meditation. My name is Debra Baker and I am so honored that you have joined me. I am inside today because while it is warm outside, it is so windy I don't know that you'd be able to hear me. I don't know if I'd be able to stay upright. But we have a little fun addition to the meditation today. See this thing behind me? That's a spinning sphere fountain. And so if you get tired of looking at me, you can look at the sphere and see if you can see it spinning back there. So we are going to relax our bodies and think about, who God is, what God is, and this is all about your perception of God. But I had this insight the other day that helped me really feel like I could better connect to my higher power. So let's begin with three really nice deep breaths. Let's take the first one all the way down into our bellies. And then all the way down to your tailbone. Exhaling more slowly. And this one, breathe all the way down into your feet. Hold it for a second and then let it out really, really slowly. So we are in my reading room, and I'll take a couple of pictures of it to share with you for those of you who have never been here. It's very peaceful in here after years and years of connecting with Infinite Spirit in this room. I feel very privileged to have this room in my home. So let's sit back or lie back and relax. Let go of the day thus far. And if you are just beginning the day, then let go of yesterday, last week, the earlier part of this week, and last week, and last month, and last year. Let us know that we are fully alive and present in this moment. And this moment is the only one that is real. Everything else is something that we keep in our heads, our idea of what it is, or our perceptions. And I don't know if you studied your own perceptions much, but often our perceptions are, several people experience an event, and everyone's perception of it is different. And someone says something, and someone may perceive it one way, and somebody else can perceive it a completely different way. But when we are alive and present in the moment, we are where the possibilities lie. Possibilities don't lie in the past because it's already happened and you can't change it. Possibilities lie in the future, but you can't affect the future right now. I mean, you can lay some groundwork for it. But right now is where the possibilities lie. So I invite you to just bring your shoulders up to your ears and then let them fall. And then bring your head forward a little and then bring your head down. So that the stretch, instead of being in the back of your neck, is all the way down into your shoulders. Just feel that stretch and that relaxation in the head, neck, and shoulders. Maybe roll your shoulders around a little bit, and then allow your arms to get heavy. Maybe clench your fists and then release them. Your arms, and feel the relaxation moving down your body, through your upper chest, your middle chest, your lower rib cage, your midsection. Breathe into your midsection, into your pelvis, all the way down to your tailbone, your upper legs, your knees, your lower legs, your ankles, your feet, all the way to the tips of your toes and the soles of your feet. And know that your body will continue to relax as the meditation progresses. So I always pray and ask Spirit, what will our meditation be about? And I was realizing, I had a medical procedure on Friday, just a routine test, but it required me to be unconscious for a brief period of time. And as before I go through anything like that, I always, talk to my higher power as I'm being put out. And as I was kind of going through releasing the effects of the anesthesia the next day, I found myself kind of talking to God and realizing that I had been taught as a child to perceive God as far away, that God was not part of me. And I know that I say a lot of times, infinite spirit, God, the one presence, the one power is moving in, through, and as me. And so that's about taking ownership of the blessings, the spirit that is moving in, through, and as me. But talking to God still feels like it's talking to something out there. And they gave me this suggestion to imagine that, so we see, our infinite selves in these bodies, and then imagine, your infinite self is way bigger than your body can hold, and it connects to your infinite self that is one with the infinite, so one with God. So imagine that when you pray, you talk to your higher self that is one with God. And so I was, praying and talking to higher self Debra, and I invite you to talk to higher self, state your name, and notice how much more skin you've got in the game, how much more invested it feels when you speak to higher self, you, as one with God, as opposed to God that, is infinite. So I was having a conversation earlier with a client about how I feel frustrated when I hear people say, well, I don't bother God with the insignificant details, for a number of reasons. One, I feel like God, the infinite, the one presence, the collective unconscious is intimately concerned with every little detail of our lives. But when and so there's never any bothering God. Whenever we seek to connect with the oneness, it's a good thing. It's a helpful thing. And the other part of that is when we think about connecting to higher self as one with God, we know our higher self has our own best interests at heart. Higher self is concerned about all those details. So imagine connecting to whatever sense of God that you have. So whether you like my idea of connecting to the part of you that is always one with God, or whether you like, some other version of God, I don't in any way want to tell you what your perception of God is. I honor that you get to decide what God is to you, for you, as you. So let's imagine connecting to, for the sake of this meditation, your higher self that is one with God. So this higher self has access to everything you need. And knows your needs intimately. I invite you to choose one prayer that you have. I have a prayer. I actually have two ongoing prayers that are, very near and dear to my heart. One is the health of my friend Amy and her mother, who's both going through some very serious health challenges, and also a dear friend of mine, Linda, lost her husband last week. And so I think, okay, God, what would you have me pray for them? Other than just opening my heart and trying to be of maximum service to them. So what prayer do you have? I invite you to just think about it. Think about what prayer you might have. And then imagine, kind of like boxing it up, wrapping it up, and releasing it like a helium balloon to your higher self that is one with the infinite. Perfect health. My sense is that it is our natural state of being to be healthy, and our human lives create traumas and which leave energy behind that get in the way of our being healthy. And they leave energy behind in a lot of ways. It can be, excess weight can be a sign of a trauma that has left its energy behind, or an illness. Last week, I was flying home from Washington. I got fluid in my ear, and it hasn't resolved itself. And so I just offer that to the infinite and say, let's dry up my ear here. Reveal to me what I need to know. So if there is action that I need to take, and perhaps it's just willingness. So I am willing to release whatever energy I've been holding on to, whatever is in my consciousness maybe, or my subconscious, or my unconscious, that is holding this pain or this discomfort or this excess weight to me. Number one, I'm willing to release it. I release any and all blockages that could keep it stuck to me. And if there is something for me to know or understand, I am willing to know or understand it. And if there is action for me to take, I am willing to take it. Please reveal to me what action I may need. And sometimes the action is just a simple phone call or a text message. Just checking in on you. How are you? Sending you love. Wishing you well. Connection. That is what our human souls are searching for, is connection. Remember, we were told earlier, in an earlier, probably several earlier meditations, that it can be shocking, it probably almost always is, for an infinite soul to land in a human body and find itself separate from other infinite souls in other human bodies. That sense of separation does not exist in the oneness, by its very definition. When we are in heaven, we are all one. In addition, we can create heaven on earth by being aware of our oneness, by being beacons of love, presences of love to all around us. So I have 2 invitations for you. Number 1, take a deep breath and feel the presence of the infinite inside of you. Don't have any preconceived notions of what it might feel like. Just feel it. And if you think of it, send me a message and tell me what it felt like to you. To me, it feels like peace, feels like surrender, letting go. Feels like the weight of the world is lifted. The universe doesn't intend for us to feel this weight on our shoulders all the time. It intends for us to be able to enjoy these wonderful human experiences. You came here to have wonderful experiences. And I affirm for you that the universe is moving in through and as you, creating wonderful experiences, creating a sense of love and connection. So the first invitation was feel the love of God inside of you. And the second is to send that love out, emit it out through the palms of your hands, through your cells. Just feel it radiating out from you, connecting you to all beings on this planet. I invite you to meet someone new this week and to just exchange a moment of blessing, love, care, connection. Even if it's only to look at the person in front of you or behind you in line and smile, or to look at the person in the car next to you and smile. Whatever it may be, say hello to your neighbor. Have a moment of connection and send unconditional love to everyone, everywhere. So my intention has been for a while, this is kind of a non sequitur, but my intention has been to record a meditation to help you go to sleep. And so I'm going to do that, and that's just going to be an extra on my YouTube page and probably on my Facebook page also. And I'll let you know when that is. And if you want to be on my internet, my email list, send me a message and I will put it on there so I can send you emails, which I do rarely, honestly. Let's take a deep breath and feel that interconnection with all beings everywhere. And know that we are one. Breathe into the oneness inside of you and know that you are whole and perfect exactly as you are. And the infinite being inside of me honors and loves and recognizes the infinite being moving in through and as you. Namaste.